Hey everybody, it's Vera Wild. I don't have a specific topic. Well, I do, but this video is going to be a little bit different than usual. It's not an advice one. It's not a Dear Vera. I suppose I'll probably file it under the gender fluid vlog, which I kind of let slide for a bit. Before I get any further, I do want to thank Tiffany Brown for the hair. This was purchased for me off my Amazon wish list for my birthday, which was in March. So thank you very much, Tiffany. This was a wonderful surprise, and I quite like how it looks too. So when you get wigs from online, it can always be a crapshoot. So that was nice. But today, as I'm recording this, and if things go correctly, it's when I'll release it as well. Today is Transgender Visibility Day. And every time this comes around, I always kind of end up going through a bit of an internal debate, I suppose. It's something that I wish I could embrace more fully than I do. I don't mean in theory. In theory, it's a wonderful thing, but I mean in practice. 'Cause I don't consider myself to be closeted. I mean, all the important people in my life are fully aware of this part of me, of this side of myself. And I do get to go out, but when I go out to do performances, and most of the events that I go to they're not nearby. They're about a 2-hour drive away. That's not completely by design. I'm not going out of my way to not be local. That's just the sorts of events that are the kinds of things I want to go to aren't happening immediately where I live. So that's just kind of the way it is. But it does mean that day to day, and certainly at my job where I'm not out, I would say I probably operate in a masculine presenting fashion about 80% of the time. And I don't want it to sound like that means that 80% of the time I'm like, I don't want to be looking like this, because I do at this point, I'm going with gender fluid, because there are times that I feel absolutely fine. Even preferably, I want to present more masculine, and other times I want to present more feminine. I haven't broken down like a ratio or anything, but just knowing that no matter how I'm feeling, there are certain parts of my life where I can't present certain ways is still just kind of disheartening by its nature. And part of it's my job. And my job, it doesn't, there's nothing about my job that inherently or explicitly forbids me from coming out. But it's for the fields I work in and where I work, it's just, it is probably something that would not just, it's not the best environment, without getting into details, because that's not the sort of stuff I'm here to talk about. And this whole thing, this is getting a lot ramblier than I meant it to be. But sort of what I'm getting at is, whenever this day, actually, it's not even every year, it's twice every year, on this day and on Coming Out Day, which is in October, there's always a part of me that just wants to be out completely. Like, not any part of me being held back. There's a part of me that wants to go to work with makeup on, or be here with you guys and take the wig off and tell you the name that's on my driver's license. But I can't. I mean, I can't, because it's not just about me. And as wonderful as coming out is, it's not realistic. And it's not practical for all of us. And I don't know if this is helpful for anybody, but I sometimes wonder and I fear on these visibility days or on coming out days that there are people out there who feel a pressure or a push. And I don't think it happens so much for people who are in, really truly explicitly it's not safe to come out situations, like if they are still living at home with a really conservative or religious family that they know would reject them. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about people who, maybe they're out to a few people, maybe they're not out to anybody, but they're fairly certain that the important people in their lives would accept them, but they still, they're still holding back, and that's me. And as much as I'm very public with this side of myself, with you people who watch me, and I'm a performer, I get on stage, but I can't, like, these glasses. I bought these frames specifically because they're more feminine, and I love them. I can't wear them to work, and I can't wear a skirt in the town where I live, because it is not just about me, and a decision to be more fully out doesn't only impact me, because I have a family, and how I am perceived or understood or misunderstood in the community in which I live is not just something that I have to deal with, it's something that they have to deal with. And I have a responsibility. And for me, the waters get muddied a little bit, especially on a Trans Day of Visibility, because if we're getting overly specific about definitions, I don't identify as trans. I don't. I've said before, and I still believe very firmly, I never will transition to a full-time living as a woman. I don't think that'll ever happen. So, I also, I don't know how rigid people are with the use of the word trans in regards to this day, and I don't want. I hope it doesn't come across like me as someone who is gender fluid, but is not strictly speaking trans. I don't want it to seem like I'm trying to co-opt this and make it about me, but these are just the thoughts that go through my head twice a year, in March and in October, Transgender Visibility and Coming Out Day. And there's a part of me that just really wants to scream from the rooftops and have it done with, and say to hell with anyone who can't deal with it. But the reality is that there are people who, if they can't deal with it, can make my life and the life of people I care about very, very difficult. And that is incredibly unfortunate. And I don't have a point that I'm ultimately trying to arrive at with this video. I feel like this whole thing is it's turning into a bit of a downer, but I wanted to get a little more personal with this one, because I think a lot of the videos that I've put up lately have been a bit more, I don't want to say artificial, but they've been they've had very specific agendas. They've been, you know, the product review videos, or they've been Dear Vera, or and I don't know. I felt like it had been a long time since I did something a little bit more just me trying to connect with you folks out there. And I don't know, I might sit down to edit this and go, oh my god, what was I thinking, and just not put it up. Like I said, I don't know where to end, so now I'm just rambling. But my utmost respect and love to anyone who did choose to make a point of being visible this year. My love goes to anyone who wishes they could make themselves visible but either couldn't or otherwise made the decision not to. Just no matter what your situation, you are not alone, and you are loved. And I think that'll be it for this one. I keep wanting to say guys because it's like my default. I just refer to general groups of people as guys. Hey guys, that was always how I open, but I kind of want to get away from it, just as a term, because as much as I'm intending to use it as a neutral term, it's not. It's a masculine term, and I know I have a very mixed and or fluid audience. So you wonderful, lovely people who have sat through, I don't even know how long I've been going on now, and if you're still here at the end, bless you for it. So thanks so much, and until next time we talk.